7 o'clock and do the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do roll call, Dan Van Buren,
Yeah.
John Watkins, Jeff Corpenny,
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and, we'll just go ahead with Eric and Ken on the, get this done, that way you,
Can you jump to the 2 on unfinished business?
yeah, we'll just go ahead and get this taken care of, that way if they want to leave.
Well, for those that were either present or know of, the special meeting held here, what, about 2 weeks ago? I don't remember the specific date, but it seemed like it's on there. Is it? Is that better? I don't know. It says it's on. It doesn't appear to be on.
Probably didn't need plugged in there, Jeff.
Tried to come in the rear this time and you turned it around, so it didn't work out. Where we love the center, yeah. How about right here? This is going to be cold side. It's going to be cold side. Boy, that.
Hey, all right.
The shirts will keep us away.
Maybe it wasn't catching wire around the corner.
Wasn't plugged in.
Oh, no, I did.
It's hard to sit on these seats very long.
That was what?
All right, 16th, I think we had a special meeting. You guys had a special meeting out at Cooperado Road. Engineer was there, Eric Fox and myself, interested parties were all there, except maybe one of the joint landowners, Mr. Lipsy and Mr. Kern were present. And discussions and things cleared up, I think, with the new estimates from the engineer and some explanation and some concerns expressed at the last meeting by some people. There might be some more questions I'm not aware of. I can tell you that if the board is able to arrive at a unanimous decision on one of the 2 options, without speaking as a guarantee for him, Tim indicated that to facilitate getting it done, he would send one of his guys out to assist in making sure that whatever decision's made, it's being done within the parameters and specifications done and stuff like that. He said he'd send somebody out to do that, so that hopefully will reduce the concerns of anybody about compliance with the specifications. I believe he sent to the township an actual formalized specification for the precise options here. I don't know if somebody has some questions from the board still, but if not, or if those questions are answered to your respective satisfaction, as far as I know, legally speaking, you can move forward if you can arrive at a unanimous decision on one of the 2 options. 2 resolutions have been provided, one for each of the 2 options. Obviously, Eric did those, and as always, either Eric and I have an opinion on which one you ought to do, but that's entirely your collective decision. But the law does require, in order to move forward in the absence of a petition, then you're going to need unanimous action. There's unanimous action on one of those 2 resolutions. I don't know if Eric, you had some more thoughts you want to mention?
I think generally the resolutions are as they were before. Jeff, we caught your error. It was in the 3rd resolution and that's changed.
We corrected our error that he caught.
Thank you. Yes. Absolutely correct. And that has changed, however, that resolution isn't even in front of us today. I do have a copy of that resolution if that comes up in discussion. However, my understanding is that we are going forward with the T turnaround or the cul-de-sac and voting on one or the other. The resolutions are, as they were presented before, updated with current figures and estimates. I think you guys have everything you need. If you don't, let me know.
I've just got one question there, just a legal question. We are, on both those resolutions, okay to move forward under 557303, regarding the 2-week notice and public viewing of the specifications.
Yes, absolutely. The specifications will be put on file. I guess the way I view this moving forward, the specifications will be put on file. Unless we want to have a special meeting, we'll need to advertise 2 weeks, and then I would just prepare a resolution to affirmatively proceed with the improvement for the next meeting. The resolution will be written in the affirmative. What this board has to do is to determine that the costs and benefits outweigh, or the benefits outweigh the costs, and ultimately indicate they want to proceed with the improvement. I would write the resolution in the affirmative, and therefore if you didn't want to proceed with the improvement, you would vote it down. If you did want to proceed with the improvement, you would vote in favor of it. I envision doing that at the next meeting. If we want to have a special meeting, we could do it in 2 weeks.
You don't think we could vote at this meeting?
Not to go out and build. We need to have the plans and specifications on file for 2 weeks. We need to publish twice in the paper, and then we can come back and pass our final resolution, which is it should be our final piece of quote-unquote legislation that we'd have to do before we can build.
So technically, what will we be voting on tonight then, if we're lucky enough to get it?
Well, actually, we are a little bit backwards in the normal process. The normal process envisions a resolution to do one of the two, whatever improvements you want, then getting the specifications. But because the board wanted more details as to the two options, which is understandable in this setting, the engineer's actually done something in advance of your resolution that typically he would do after.
We're a little bit ahead of the game in one aspect.
But to make it legally correct, we're going to have to give that waiting period, even though we technically have the specifications in place in advance.
Typically, you would pass one of these two resolutions. You would request, typically you would pass a resolution indicating the necessity for an improvement. You would request the engineer to make plans and specifications specific to the cul-de-sac or specific to the cul-de-sac and the T turnaround. In this case, we've been at this for quite some time, and we know the two options we want. The specifications were prepared, and we can put them on file for viewing right away. Typically, you would declare the necessity, order the plans and specs. Once you got the plans and specs, then you would advertise for the 2 weeks with them on file for everybody to view, and then we could circle back and indicate that the benefits outweigh the costs, or the other way, the costs outweigh the benefits, and we can move forward. Here, since we have the plans and specs, we're in essence skipping a time period of waiting for the engineer to prepare them since he's already done it. So, fiscal officer Duvall could put the notice in the paper tomorrow, and we could have them on file tomorrow.
Do we have to do what tonight for that to happen?
Tonight is declaring the necessity for the improvement.
So that's simply by a motion to vote?
Yes, and this is the one that must be unanimous. Declaring the necessity for the improvement must be unanimous.
At this time, I move to declare the necessity for the improvement. Appropriate?
Specifically,
Well, the two resolutions we have prepared are one resolution that you can pass tonight for a cul-de-sac, one that you can pass for a T turnaround.
So we are moving forward on one or the other at this point.
Yes.
But it has to be specific. Which
Well,
It doesn't necessarily have to be specific. I mean, typically, it could be more general, and we could say, well, we would like to do an improvement, an engineer tell us what type of improvement we can do, but here, we've come a long way. We've got the plans and specs, they are done. There is no reason why we can't take one.
You have information now you typically not get until after a generalized resolution. And the only reason you can't finalize absolutely everything tonight